Minecraft has had over 100 updates over the last 13 years, and some of these updates have completely changed the game. Most recently, 1.18 has completely changed the underground generation, 1.9 completely changed the combat, and beta 1.8 added hunger and completely remade the world generation. But there is one update that nearly everyone overlooks, one update that completely changed and possibly ruined the entire gameplay cycle. And this update is 1.11, the exploration update. So today, let us understand the era of Minecraft it was in, what it added, and how it forever changed Minecraft to what it is today. To understand 1.11, we must first understand Minecraft's state in the months before its release. And to say Minecraft was in a bad place at the time is a complete understatement. Minecraft was in a complete meltdown. In November 2014, Mojang was bought by Microsoft, which was met with a highly negative reaction, and following this, for an entire year, there was no updates to the game, which caused popularity to slow. And these two things and more factors caused the player base to either go to modding or to other games, starting what I refer to as the Minecraft depression. It would get even worse in February 2016 when the combat update was released, which I think has been criticized enough, but the main effects of it was that it ruined tons of servers and caused many people to go to other games. And the situation would continue to get worse with update 1.10 in June 2016, which added pretty much nothing. And by this point, many of the famous YouTubers from the years before either went to other games or quit YouTube entirely. And so Minecraft at this point was at its lowest popularity in over 5 years. And so as you can imagine, Mojang at this point was probably looking for anything to help bring attention back to the game. They first tried by making the game have more exploration by adding new biomes in 1.7 and adding the end cities in 1.9. They then tried adding new ambience to the game with the new stone types in 1.8 and the polar bear and decoration blocks in 1.10. And lastly, they tried revamping requested features such as the combat with 1.9, which resulted in a controversial failure. So they now tried a new path, adding new gameplay features while adding new high-tier items, mobs, and structures that will make the game a lot more replayable for new and old players. This goal would be accomplished in 3 ways. First, by adding the Woodland Mansion, a massive dungeon that would have 3 new mobs and would reward the player by giving them a new rare item called the Totem of Undying, which would save the player if they were to take any damage that would normally result in a death. Then there was the Elytra rework, which the Elytra already existed since 1.9, but it only served as a glider, but with the rework it would allow the player to use fireworks to boost the player in the sky, which in turn allowed players to pretty much fly around as long as they had fireworks. And lastly was the Shulker, which already existed since 1.9, but now dropped Shulker shells, which could be used to make Shulker boxes, which was a block version of a backpack. All 3 of these features would be intended to give players something to work for and legitimately use after beating the Nether in the end. So how did these additions completely change the gameplay of Minecraft? Well, the totem became a necessity for hardcore worlds, and the addition of raid farms in 1.14 made the player mostly invincible. The Elytra rework made the Elytra overpowered, and it got even more overpowered since the addition of mending, also in 1.14. And now it's become the main transportation method for players. And lastly, the Shulker box has become key to making large builds and collecting resources. And so all of these things together have made the game a lot more easier, but it also has made giant projects and builds much more possible and a lot more common in survival. For the other features in this update, the Woodland Mansions themselves were great, though a little bit oversized in my opinion. They gave the player a giant structure to explore, and if the player didn't have diamond armor and enchanted tools, it actually was a little difficult. The mobs that were added with the mansion were interesting and acted separately from all of the other mobs, though they were kind of just annoying to some extent. And outside of Woodland Mansions and everything mentioned before, the llama was also added, which is pretty much useless. After its release, 1.11 would be seen as a good update, though people were disappointed by its lack of content compared to 1.9. Unfortunately for Mojang, it would not help bring any more attention to the game, and the game would continue to go down in popularity, eventually reaching its lowest point in 2017 and 2018. Minecraft would then start to go up with updates such as 1.13 and 1.14, and then the quote-unquote revival phase of the game would begin after 1.14's release. As for the legacy of 1.11, the update would be pretty much forgotten by the community, but its features would become the core for modern Minecraft's gameplay and YouTube content. The update truly made players explore the world in a way far larger than ever before, and also as mentioned before, it allowed players to build and collect resources that wasn't possible without the use of mods or spending a huge amount of time. Mojang themselves would later expand some of the more lacking features of the update, such as the mobs, llama, and the Totem of Undying, giving them much more use than 1.14. Overall, 1.11 is one of the more important updates in Minecraft's history due to its reshaping of the endgame gameplay loop, but it is forgotten due to its small amount of content and Minecraft at that time was struggling in popularity. And as for it quote-unquote ruining Minecraft, I don't think it single-handedly ruined the game, but it definitely was a major stepping stone into changing the game into what it is now. The biggest criticism I have for this update is that it completely ruined player transport in the game, making boats the only other useful method since you can carry mobs with it. But yeah, the firework change to the Elytra single-handedly killed minecart transport and to some extent horse transport. And well, that is all. If you are new to the channel and enjoy videos like this, subscribe, and if you are already, like and share. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, have a good day, and goodbye.